Hey everyone. Um, this is random, and Jack, don't wet yourself too much over this. This isn't an LP. It's just I'm gonna do an hour of this because I know you asked about it before, and the least I can do is a little bit of this, since I'm just kind of doing random stuff right now. So, let's get going. It's a really interesting game for its time. Like, really interesting. Should I zoom in again? No, it's a little too far out. Yeah, we'll just play it as is. So yeah, Zero Tolerance. This is a Sega Genesis first-person shooter. As you may have saw during the demo, there's not a very wide viewing field, but it's there. Wait, why isn't? Okay, there it goes. This is a green case of radio. Is also consistently. So you got a bunch of different dudes that you can pick. I'm not sure if they do different things. I think they might. Probably. I'm just gonna pick the Japanese lady because, yay. So use the D-pad, and it's a little floaty. Like I'm holding it down, letting it go now, and it still like floats around. It's not great looking, but it's still a really interesting game. Oh, it was wrong button. Wrong button. Did I duck? I think I ducked. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to restart. Yeah, you start off with no ammo. Normally I don't have to resort to fists this early. Ow, come here, butt wipe. Okay, that was a really horrible start, but we're okay now. Okay, what is that? Okay, so A is probably for opening stuff? Interacting? Not sure. You know, I've never played Populous, now that you mention it. Oh wait, was there a shotgun over here the whole time? Well, I'm an idiot. I've made it at least a few floors down on this, so I have some idea of what I'm doing. I'll pop this in every now and then just to kind of marvel at it, I guess. Like, if the controls were just a little bit better, I'd play more of this. I think it's the only thing that's holding me back. Jack has a thing or two to say about the people that can't get over the controls for this. Some of it fairly colorful, but I'm here to give props where they're due. At least, here's the thing. At least it has like a small degree of auto aim, so you don't have to be super precise. So that's nice. Oh, somebody's coming. It does have a motion detector. So that's cool. See, I was aiming like almost nowhere near him, and it was enough to kill him. Which you kind of need that for a game like this. There's just no way it would work otherwise. Oi? Oh, that's right. You have to kind of point in their general direction at least. Oi! Wish it had like a little bit of a bigger field of view also. I mean, it's running on a Sega Genesis. The Sega Genesis came out in '89, right? And I don't know if the hardware was ever updated between the versions, the different iterations of the system being released. Maybe? Probably. I know the design was changed, but like, as for the actual specs, I don't know.
Handgun collected. Handgun collected.
I'm pretty terrible at this.
Handgun collected. Handgun collected. Handgun collected.
Oh! I need health super bad.
Handgun.
I am about to die.
Handgun collected.
Fudge. Just playing for Sega Genesis. I don't know if it's here still. I mean, isn't Populous kind of like a... Isn't it kind of like a God Sim, sort of? Oh, that's right. Your extra lives are other people. Should I be this man? That sucks. I already got the Japanese lady killed. Boo. I don't like that. There was a gunfight!
Handgun collected.
Well, that could have gone
Collected.
better.
Handgun collected. Handgun collected.
Oh, here's the frickin' med kits.
Medipack collected.
Grr.
Medipack collected.
Release date, October 29, 1988. Yep. 1988 for the Sega Genesis. So this is running on very old hardware. The fact that I can pull this off is pretty impressive. Henrique, can you look up and see if there was like any hardware changes in between different versions? Because there was the Genesis 1, Genesis 2, stuff like that, or was it just an aesthetic thing? Because I honestly don't know if like they did things like improve the graphics card or something like that. Yeah, please do. I'm curious. Sorry, I got Secret Man music stuck in my head, so I was using it as my break music on Twitch. For anybody that's watching this on YouTube. Oi! I recently picked up a hard copy of the Secret of Mana soundtrack, and I'm a very happy boy. Never had a hard copy of it before. Why do video game soundtracks have to be so expensive, especially when they're imported? Ugh. That bit makes me sad. Maybe you shotgun for a bit. Blammo! Shablams! Blammo! Shablams! Oi! Go over here and fight me. Oh, well, I shot him through the wall, apparently. Oi! Ow! Ow! Can't turn fast enough! And when I do, I overcorrect. Ah! do, 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 do. I mean, with a little help, they were able to run. I mean, it took a 32X to do it, but they were able to run Doom on it, although it was pretty crap. Like, I would say maybe it's better than this, but I'm not so sure, because it really does a disservice to Doom. That's something I could show. I could show Doom 32X. Instead of playing games in 1 hour chunks, maybe in 30-minute chunks instead. But I said I'd probably do this for close to an hour, so, you know, I'll stick with that. Maybe I should shut my frickin' mouth before I commit to things. Did we get everything in this room? I guess we did. Yeah, there's nothing else over here. Is there, yeah, there's a map. I think this would be a little better if I had a better D-pad. D-pad on this controller isn't great. Maybe if I play with like a... Oh, do I have to kill everything? No. But if I had like a Pro control, a Switch Pro controller, it'd probably play a little bit better. This isn't a great D-pad. Very hard, plasticky. It's not that comfortable, and not as responsive as I'd like. I'll say this: they do what they can with what they've got. I mean, at least something like the map is an easy button press away. It's hard to complain about that, anyway. Okay, we're at the point where we have more more shotgun shells than pistol rounds, so let's use that for a little bit, so pickups don't go to waste. Ow! And it's a shame you can't strafe, but I mean, this is meant to be played on. If you've ever seen, I think I'm sure Henrique knows. If you've ever seen, if you've never seen an original Sega Genesis controller, look one up. All they are is a D-pad, a start button, and 3 buttons. That's it. It is literally as complex as a NES controller, because while the Genesis does have one more button, it also lacks a select button. So in the end, it has the same number of like total buttons. So now, granted, sure. Well, we play an hour or we play till everybody's dead, basically. Brain farts. Now later they did release a 6-button controller that saw some limited use, mostly with fighting games, but it saw some other use that I can't really think of right now. I don't think there's any updates for it besides Sega CD 32X and appearance for Mega Drive 2 and 3. Yeah, I know what you mean when you say Mega Drive, yeah. Yeah, you've definitely seen a 3-button controller. That is old school as hell. I still have a couple of my original 3-button controllers around here somewhere. Maybe it's just me, but I think the pistol has better range. I mean, that would make sense. But it also might be more accurate? But that's probably not the case. I'm probably just making shit up. Die! You're trying to come at me. Bitch. For all of its flaws, hardware, speaking for hardware, as I've mentioned before, at least the Sega had like a better processor, so it could handle stuff like Sonic, and it still had a good library of games. It like the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive did a lot with what it had. Now, it's not to say it didn't release some duds, but I think the Super Nintendo is probably more guilty of releasing not so great games that don't take full advantage of what it has to offer. In my, that is just an opinion. That is not objective fact. That is just my thoughts on the matter. Now, the games that any SNES gets right, oh man, they're amazing. You're talking Donkey Kong Country, Super Metroid, Mario World, Final Fantasy VI, well, 3, whatever, you know what I mean. But then you get, like, Lester the Unlikely, or something like that. That's not to say there isn't bad games on the Genesis, but I could probably name more bad SNES games than I can Genesis games. I'm just saying. That's a Steve opinion. It doesn't reflect the views of anyone else. Although if you agree with me, you're a cool guy. Ow, 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 ow. Fudge you guys. So what? I had a bioscanner. What did it do? And I'm guessing I picked up my dude's mines that he dropped. 6-button controller only for Street Fighter. Yeah, that's why I got a 6-button controller originally. Yeah, Chrono Trigger, of course. That's a fantastic game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But it's not my favorite game of all time. My favorite game of all time is a Genesis game. Let's see, if I were to talk about all my favorite games right now, like my top 5, let's see. One is on PS4/PC, one is on Genesis, one is on Super Nintendo, one is on PS2, and the other is on Dreamcast. Wait, did I get that right? Yeah, I got that right. Not specifically in that order, but yeah. In order, though, it would be number 1 game is on Genesis, number 2 game is on PS2, number 3 game is on PS4/PC, number 4 game is, well, it's either Dreamcast or Super Nintendo, then 5th is the other one. It's hard for me to pick sometimes. I got 2 dudes left. I think Dude Bro here. Oh wait, that's not where I already was. Ah, good call. Yep, it's Skies of Arcadia. That's probably my 4th favorite game. I wonder if you can guess the rest. Number 5 would be Super Nintendo, a Super Nintendo game. Number 3 is a PS4/PC. 2 is PS2, and 1 is Sega Genesis. Hint, they're all games I've LP'd. I've LP'd all 5 of my favorite games. And they're all at least partially RPG. SNES Final Fantasy VI. Nope. It's not even my favorite Final Fantasy. I know that's kind of blasphemous. Of course, these days it's more blasphemous to say you don't really care for 7 that much. But, yeah, 6 isn't even my favorite Final Fantasy. Not even my favorite Final Fantasy on SNES. And that's saying something because 6 is amazing. Hey. You shouldn't have to reload in this. That's good. Now, how do these mines work? Oh dear, okay. Well, it's literally just putting out a stick of dynamite. Did that upset you? I'm sorry. People are like, wait, if 7 isn't your favorite, and 6 isn't your favorite Final Fantasy, then what the hell? It's a fun little guessing game. Although the guess should be fairly obvious. My favorite Final Fantasy, at least right now, is 5, right? But that's not the game I'm thinking of. Like, for the longest time, it was 4. Then it became Tactics, and then it became 5. Well, before 4, it was 6. It was never 7. No, it's not that I don't like 7. I think 7's actually great. I just think it's massively overrated. And I think, but I understand why it gets the praise that it does. For most people that like JRPGs now, it was their introduction to it, to that genre, right? Because it was such a big marketing campaign behind it, and it made it cool to play a JRPG. Because like, oh, cool, look at this guy on a motorcycle with a big sword, and there's guns and stuff on it. It's not like fantasy crap or whatever, right? But people like me, people like Jacksaw Jack, Spetsnaz, we were playing Final Fantasy 1, we were playing Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest. We were playing PC RPGs, like Final Fantasy 7 was not our first trip to the rodeo when it came to RPGs. So it didn't have that strong of an effect on us. In fact, I'll say it here. Aeris' death, not that sad. Didn't really care. My favorite game of all time made me bawl like a baby. That's someone else's death. This is when I was younger, sure, but still. So yeah, I like 7. 7's really fun, but the story is stupid. I don't like half the characters. And yeah, for me, it thrives on its gameplay. I think the Mysterio system is cool. There's a lot to be had in that game. It's just the game is just very overrated. And your main villain is somebody with... Your main villain is your antagonist's mother, who's playing the part of a sort of son with mommy issues. It's weird. I never did notice that has elevator music. It's cool. Shining Force 2, that's a great one. It's not the Sega one, but it's a really good one. Hey, to each their own, man. If you like Sephiroth, that's cool. I don't get it, but... I'm sure I'll upset somebody eventually with my 7 talk, but I come from the old school. Like Tella's death in Final Fantasy IV was sadder than Aeris' death. I didn't cry or anything, not like my favorite game did, or my second, or my third favorite game did, but it it was sad. It told a better story, about this old man that sees his daughter die, and he's just so dead set on revenge that he does not care what he puts himself through in order to get his revenge. And in the end, he gets his wish, but it's a bit too much, And after all of that, he doesn't even really finish the job anyway. It's kind of sad. There's more to it than just, oh, innocent-looking person dies. Meh. Like, give me more to think about than that. I'm dumb. I'm not that dumb. Yeah. So I should be talking about Zero Tolerance, but I'm having fun playing a guessing game about my favorite games. I really need med packs, because I got one dude left after this. Oop. I wonder if the pistol can actually shoot that far. I want to say it can. That first shell didn't hit. Uh-oh. Oh, the auto-aim is not that generous today. There we go. Well, at least right now. So yeah, you think you can guess the other ones? You've got number 4, which is the Dreamcast one. Yeah, I got what you meant, yeah. And I'd like to make it clear, I'm not faulting people for liking 7. Again, it's their first entry to the series. But I hope that the people that do start their RPG journey with a game like that also go back in time and go, well, let's check out the older Final Fantasies. Let's check out the Phantasy Star series. Let's check out Shining Force. If it's a means, I think it works great as a means to an end, right? To explore people's want of storytelling in their games, not just going bang, bang, bang all over the place. I want them to actually long for something more. Characters that make them feel, a story that makes you think, stuff like that. I think is just great. I love storytelling. Like, if I could pull it off, I'd love to make a living as just a storyteller. I think it's just a really interesting thing. I don't know. Let's see. I've kind of lost track of where I've been on this floor. Is this next floor? Oh, well. Okay. Oh, did I kill everybody? Huh. Okay. Well, I'm not complaining. Shoot, this was just a straight shot. I could just go straight for the damn exit if I wanted. Or elevator, I should say. No way! No fair, you can outrange me! Give me a machine gun, see what I do with it. Probably flail about helplessly. Oh, shit! I forgot about the flamethrower. Well, I get, like... Oh, that's cool, at least... Okay, have I gotten this far? I don't know if I remember the flamethrower. It leaves smoking piles of meat on the ground. That's pretty awesome. Speaking of storytelling, I used to be a DM for D&D tabletop. Me too. I keep trying to get back into the tabletop thing by doing virtual tabletops and stuff like that, but it's hard to find time to write stories, I'm trying to set up a thing right now with Warhammer, but I don't know how much interest there is for that right now. Plant monsters! Get away from me, foul demon? Yeah, sure. You're demons now. They're on the ceiling! Pew! I keep wanting to press a reload button. Oh boy! Bug off! Oi! Oh, there is a strafe! Hold down A, and then do it. Okay, cool. That's a thing. But yeah, man, I love tabletop gaming. Like, if I could do either video games or just nothing but tabletop the rest of my life, I'd choose tabletop. Like, I have a very, very active imagination. And again, it ties into the whole storytelling aspect, right? Whether I'm a player, which rarely happens, or if I'm a DM, I can spend whether it's just spinning a story for my character or spinning a story for an entire world. I think that stuff is really cool. I get a real sense of satisfaction out of it. Not just D&D. Like in the past, I've mostly played D&D and Shadowrun. I've also ran games for BattleTech. Trying to start some for Warhammer. I have materials for Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk, lots of stuff. Even when I don't ever play the games, I love getting the rule books and reading them over. It gives me ideas for crafting my own stuff, because I have actually crafted my own game systems before. Nothing that's been published, of course. But like in my free time, I'll take down little notes like, oh, this would be an interesting rule for something, or, Pass on, bugs. At least these things don't shoot. Yet. Oi! Bang, bang! Pull the damn trigger. Yeah, I think the A button is a little jank on this. I was guessing. What were the consoles of the game? Okay. Favorite game, number 1 is Genesis / Mega Drive. 2 is PS2. 3 is PS4 / PC. I guess it's also on Xbox One also. Whatever. Modern consoles. Uragas 4, which was Skies of Arcadia, and 5 is SNES. And these are all games I've played before. LP'd before. Oh, you little bugger. Okay, that seems like a wider blast than I thought. Oi. Doing a lot better now that things aren't shooting at me. Almost didn't see that. It's kind of hard to see some stuff because, especially at a distance, a lot of the stuff kind of jumbles together. The problem with these things, they don't drop ammo. Lunar, no, but good guess. I don't mean it's like 32X or Sega CD. It is just like straight up Mega Drive / Genesis. Lunar's a good guess though, because I do love Lunar. The PS1 remake really did it justice. The GBA remake was weird. The PSP remake is really cool, although I don't really care for the intro stuff, but other than that, it's pretty cool. I still prefer the old system, though, so PS1 probably had the best remake, in my opinion. That's good. I mean, it's still part of Sega. I mean, you know. But yeah, I'm being very specific when I say, you know, that they were on the systems I said. No attachments for them. Like, making a video about my favorite games is something I've been planning on doing for a while, but it's just like, am I capable of doing that? I'm kind of dumb. It's like there's another flamethrower over there, so I should probably use this. Smoking piles of meat. Get the barbecue sauce, boy!
Is low.
Burn, boy! Uh-oh. Fight me! I picked up a vest somewhere, apparently.
Flamethrower collected.
Yeah. Derp. Yeah. That son of a bitch. How have I not hit this little prick? Oh, it's a shotgun.
Shotgun collected.
That was a new weapon for a sec.
Shotgun collected.
All this stuff is very blurry. Nothing better for taking out Xenos scum than a good old shotgun. Why do you let these things run around? They're still twitching. Yeah, they are. Huh. Neat. Like I said, I only had the patience to get through like the first like few floors before, so I might have done this floor before, but I don't remember the smoking piles of meat from using a flamethrower,
Collected.
and I don't remember them twitching. So that's actually kind of cool.
Metapack collected.
Oi! Excuse me. PC, PS4, EDF? No. Bloodstain's a good guess, but no. I'd say it's in my top 10, though. And it's definitely my game of the year for 2019. Like, I feel a little bit biased towards Bloodstained because I kickstarted, I put so much money into the Kickstarter. But I do legit love the game. I like it more than Symphony of the Night, and that's big for me since I'm a big Symphony fan. No, that's okay. Well, we've already said the Super Nintendo one before. It's kind of a duh if you think about it. I can give you that one if you want. Well, you know, I'll give you the PS4 and well, the modern console one. It's Nier Automata. That's number 3.
Entering engineering level 2. Entering
Yeah, I didn't bother looking behind me before. It actually goes down. It's not just a thing. That's cool. Where are they? I saw you skittering about. Come here, you little squirt. Oi! So yeah, Nier Automata is number 3 on the list. Number 4 was Skies of Arcadia. That leaves 5, 2, and 1. Ow! Well, shit. Yeah, please don't get spoilers for Nier Automata. I'd rather people never watch my LP and go play it themselves. Because, oh man, at first it doesn't really do much for you, but later on, especially as you do more of the side missions and stuff like that, you get some feels, man. You feel weird. It feels sad, especially like there was a certain moment in the game that actually like made my stomach sick. Not because I saw something gross or whatever. It was just like something like really bad happened, and it just like I felt it in my stomach. See, I have a copy of Nier on PS3. Like, you know, the first Nier. But I haven't played it yet. I keep telling myself I need to. It's still in its plastic. Like, I played Automata, I was like, wow, I need to play the original Nier. Just haven't done it yet. Yeah, Nier is good stuff. And I've got Drakengard 3. So that's another thing I need to get to also. Since Drakengard and Nier are tied together, and Drakengard 3 is like the prequel to everything. Apparently. Running a little low on ammo. Been uncomfortable. Flamethrower time, methinks.
Metapack collected.
Oof. Ow. Stop it. Stop it right now. Here. Whee!
Bulletproof vest collected.
Sweet armor. What's down here? Smoking pile of meat. That's what's down here. Oi. flaming pile of biomass formerly known as Xenos scum. I can dig it. Phantasy Star 4, bingo. That's the Genesis one. That's my favorite game of all time. I could go on like an hour-long rant about why Phantasy Star 4 is not just subjectively, objectively the best game of all time. And I'll fight people on it. I'm not going to get into it here, but I'd like to do a tribute to it sometime. Flamethrower, it's about time for us to part ways, it seems. Well, that was a big blast range, but hey, I'm not complaining. Oi, oi, oi! Well, I got 3 double kills in a row. I can't complain about that. Thank you, Flamethrower. You will be missed. Oi! Running low. Hello, Flamethrower. I know that Redacted dies at some point, but I was also trying not to get too many spoilers. Was that someone's name? No. The name's close. I'm not... I know the game is like 26 years old, but I still want people to go play it. So, no spoilers for that. I'll spoil Eris all day because everybody knows that, and 7, I don't care. It did nothing for me. And it's not just moments like that. There's so much good stuff in that game. Like I really like a conflict near the end of the game where the main hero has doubts about what they're doing and needs to be reaffirmed to him why they should do what they're doing or whatever. It's a really neat scene. It kind of seems it comes off at first as like somebody that's like just throwing a temper tantrum and doesn't want to do something, but there's so much more to it than that. And he brings up a very good point. And it has to be given a good reason to fight, and it's given. I don't need that med pack. Wait, I can't see, prick. Oh, there's another one. Or I just didn't kill that one. We are so low on ammo. Yeah, I mean, while I'd like for you to watch the LP, because I talk about it, the game in depth in there, if you ever have any thoughts of playing the game, please do that first before you watch. Because I'm very big on being anti-spoiler, and for something I really like, I want people to experience it the way I did. Because unfortunately, I can never experience it for the first time again. The closest I can get is something like when myself and Jacksaw Jack convinced Spets to play through Phantasy Star 4. That was the closest we could get to reliving it for the first time again. We had to live vicariously through him. We saw all his reactions and what he thought of everything. The surprises he felt. What he thought about, oh, this is such a cool style, having like comic book style cutscenes. It's really cool. It does a lot with what the Genesis is capable of, which isn't much graphically, but it pushed it to the limit. Normally, Sega Genesis has a crap sound chip, which it does, but it took that crap sound chip and it made a great Absolutely great. Soundtrack.
Shotgun collected. Shotgun
Like, in my opinion, this game did
Bio
everything right.
collected.
Like, if I'm going to go, if I were to be a professor at a university teaching a class about the history of video games or how to make video games, like, Phantasy Star 4 would be the example I use for the class. Like, this is what I show my class and say, this is a video game. This is how it should be done. Now, should you do it exactly like them? No. But it's a good baseline through what you like. It's a good base for how you should approach game development. You don't have to buy Hollywood actors for your voice acting. You don't have to. You don't have to spend like millions on cutscenes and stuff like that. You can do so much with so little, and I think that's the important things to learn. You can have bad things happen to good people and it be not totally not expected, and I don't mean something like asshole falling out of the sky, and
Pulse laser collected.
let's get the pulse laser. Probably should have gotten rid of the bioscanner, but whatever. So first Fantasy Star 4, second is PS2. The Miles guys are okay. Fifth, okay. So all you're missing now is the PS2 game and the SNES game. I'm really surprised you haven't got the SNES one yet. Here's a way bigger hint. I've LP'd it more than once. Now, granted, sometimes I've done randomizers for it. I've done this is like a dead game. I've done randomizers for it. I've done races. Whoops. Like I've done a lot of stuff with this game. I should just get rid of the damn mines. I'm not gonna do anything with them. Well, at least I killed something with it. I can't complain about that too much. Sega's Persona 3, bingo. Specifically Persona 3 FES, but yeah. Good enough. It's a very it's a fairly dark game that does a really good job of telling a story about like a very diverse group of people that have come together to battle against a common evil, I guess you can call it. There's ups and downs. There's lots of laughs. There's sad moments. It does a really good job of handling are androids living question. I love I think androids are so interesting. And there's times I want to call Persona 3 my favorite game, but I just can't bring myself to do it. 4 is still, or Phantasy Star 4 is still better in my opinion. Just because it does everything like pretty much perfectly. Persona 3, not perfect, just extremely good. It is a game I would rate a 10, though. It's good enough for me to rate it a 10.
Ammunition is low.
Running out of ammo. Uh-oh. Wow, okay, there was nowhere near it, but alright. Yeah, I mean, FES is mostly the same as the original Persona 3. The big difference is that there's some more events. There's some extra gear tossed in. There's the biggest thing is the answer, which is like a 25, 30 hour playable prologue or epilogue. And well, the biggest thing for me personally is the fact that Igus gets her own social link in that. They add a social link just for her. But you can't do it until the very last month of the game. For if you play through the game, you know why. Almost out of ammo. There are some guns laying around, so that's cool. I think I've killed most everything. Yeah, the FES LP is long. You'll probably never see another LP that long again. Short of maybe... And no, even SRW games wouldn't be that long. Like technically, Skies of Arcadia has the most parts, but those parts are also shorter. If you combine it with the answer, the Persona 3 is my longest LP. Oh wait, I use this flamethrower then. Oi, oi, oi! I love the burning piles of meat. If you ever get a chance to play it, FES is definitely worth a go. It's worth revisiting the game. I guess I would do a long LP again if they ever did like a remaster or something for FES. If they made a full remake or something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, we're doing that, and it's gonna be incredible. Son of a bitch! Why'd you have to fight me? Okay, this is not working. Yeesh. I gotta find that flamethrower. There it is. Oh, well, there's a flamethrower there also. What idea now? So that just leaves Super Nintendo. The easiest one. Ooh. We gotta be getting close to the hour mark. Getting close. I kind of figured everybody would die before that point, but here we are. Here, wee. Oh, ammunition! Yeah. No, it's a Super Nintendo game. Symphony of the Night is PS1. Oof. Owie. Stop it. Couldn't see where you were. Yeah, now my hands are kind of numb. I've gotten used to the controls. I could go for a cough drop though. My throat's kind of meh. Let's see. Super Metroid, good guess, but no. It's an RPG. I've LP'd it in one way or another, or one fashion or another, several times. Normal LP, a randomizer race. Oof, oof.
Metapack collected.
I really didn't think I was going to last an hour.
Shotgun collected.
Yeah, then we're coming to the end of this, Jack. I'll make a save state, just in case I ever decide to come back to it to try and finish. I don't know how long this game is. Uh-oh. You didn't actually guess Chrono Trigger yet. It is Chrono Trigger.
Metapack collected. Flamethrower collected.
We were talking about Chrono Trigger, but it wasn't actually a guess. Although, I will say, I am tempted to put Secret of Mana up on that list. Secret of Mana is pretty up there for me. Absolutely love Secret of Mana. Especially the soundtrack. Oi, oi. So yeah, there you are. My favorite games are from 5th to 1st. Chrono Trigger, Skies of Arcadia, Nier Automata, Persona 3 FES, and Phantasy Star 4. A lovely set of games. Yeah, it's my favorite SNES. Yeah, yeah. No, the big rant I was going on was Final Fantasy VI isn't even my favorite Final Fantasy on SNES, let alone all Final Fantasies. It's not secured yet. Whatever, we're going to the next floor. It's about time to quit anyway. I'm debating on whether I want to do like one more game or not. Maybe do a half hour of something and see where we go from there. I kind of feel like I'm in the derelict Maelstrom Rider and Buck Rogers were all the evil little what are they called? Genies? ECGs? Whatever. Come out to play. Like, that was actually, like, for its time, with the mix of the music and the visuals and stuff like that, and the different ways you can get killed, the Derelict Maelstrom Rider was actually a kind of spooky moment in video games for me. Like, scary video games don't do anything for me. But sometimes things can be nice and atmospheric. I'd say Dead Space is nice and atmospheric, at least the earliest one. Where Isaac shuts up, and we don't have a stupid love story to talk about. Ugh. God, I hate 3. I really like 2, even though Isaac talks in it. And 3 just won't shut the fuck up. But yeah, the Derelict Maelstrom Rider was atmospheric. It's kind of spooky. It's a very, very tense atmosphere on there. Because the shuttle you got there on got blown up. There's like one or two countdown moments. Yeah, there's that scene early on with the plants that react that try to not seduce isn't the word, but try to charm the party members, and they can get caught up and hurt by the vines. Or if you just continue to like let them, just keep observing or whatever, your party can actually get killed by them. So that's neat. Where the hell am I going? Oh, whoops. Like, atmosphere is a lot more important than just stupid fucking jump scares. Jump scares are so stupid. Like jump scares are not scary. All they do, they are a surprise. Anybody's going to jump at a surprise, except for the most hardened people. Some people just don't react at all. I'll react to a jump scare, but it doesn't mean it's scary. It's just like, it's the same as like if you're deep in thought on something. Wow, they're giving me a lot of guns. Is there a boss fight coming up? They're giving me a lot of stuff. Holy shit! Yeah, I haven't been this far. But yeah, if I tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey," maybe you don't react, but most people are gonna go, "Huh," because they weren't focused on anything around them. They were so lost in thought. Whatever. It was super quiet. That doesn't count as a scare. It's just a surprise. You beat Buck Rogers with one character. That's awesome. I'd love to do that sort of challenge sometime. The greenhouse, eh? I mean, it doesn't really look like a boss floor. I'm guessing the elevator's there on the right side. I was going to play a little bit longer if it was a boss floor, but it doesn't look like that's the case, unless it's further in. It's nice that they're giving me weapons. Yeah, it's just more of these guys. When I was a kid, I didn't realize the ship was the second mission. The Maelstrom Rider was the ship you piloted during the rest of the game. Yeah. I really love the derelict Maelstrom Rider. That's so cool. And it has other spooky moments in the game too, or like other like ooh, this is rough scenes. When you go to the Lowlanders village on Venus, right? And it's already been wrecked by the Ram assassins. That's you see like, oh, there's dead Lowlanders in this house or whatever. There's a dead baby. Like, oh, that's rough. That's super rough. And it didn't do it with pictures. Like there was actually very little in the way of like visual content in that game, right? It told you all through text for the most part. It would show like little things here and there, like in the village, like it'd show a Ram assassin like constantly popping around a corner and just shooting you with its blaster or whatever. But yeah, the genies on the Maelstrom Rider, it'd show this little fanged monster going rawr. And just saying, oh, but the description told the picture was just there as a sort of a reference. It didn't tell the story. The story was told in the words, like ooh, it's got these dripping fangs or whatever. It looks at you with malice and stuff like that. That's such better storytelling than look at this fancy $1 million cutscene we made. Like, it's like they're trying to tell you how to feel instead of letting you figure it out for yourself, and I hate that. The shit was scary for me too because my father played it and had this whole party killed except for one character that ran away. Those 2 Stage 3 genies killed everyone. Yeah. Those Stage 3 genies are pretty tough. They have really rough armor. Oh dear. Okay. Now I'm just kind of just like blah blah blahing. So I think we'll cut off this one. So Jack, I hope you appreciated this. It wasn't bad once I got more used to it. It's still kind of uncomfortable to play, but I did all right. you know, once I, you know, mowed through my first 3 people. It did help, though, when I wasn't fighting tons of dudes that were just shooting me. Anyway, this has been lively. It's been fun. We'll do a little bit more of something. Maybe I will pop in Doom 32X. I don't know. Pop in something for a little bit. I feel like I can go a little bit longer. But I'm going to take a little break first. So, YouTube, thank you for watching. And maybe another video here in a little bit. See ya.